Now, if you've been dealing with joint pain, stiffness, or inflammation that seems to kind of come and go without explanation, then your problem might actually not even be in your joints. It could be in the methylation cycle. And we went in the last video, talked a lot about the methylation cycle. But your body's ability to transfer methyl groups at the cellular level can affect how you build collagen and how you clear inflammation and even how fast your cartilage wears down. And if you're not methylating well, your joints can start to feel it. Hi, my name is Lisa Garcia, and I help people optimize their brain health so they can feel calm, focused, and productive. And if that sounds like something that you want more in your life, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and click the notification bell so you don't miss any of the tools and education I will be sharing each week. Okay, today we're going to talk about the methylation and joint connection, how poor methylation can affect your joints, your connective tissues, and even increase your risk for chronic pain and early degeneration. And of course, I'll share some real steps that you can take to start turning that around. So methylation is the process of adding a methyl group. It's a small but powerful molecule made up of 1 carbon and 3 hydrogen to various substances in the body, and this process controls detoxification, neurotransmitter production, inflammation management, gene regulation, and tissue repair. When your methylation cycle is working well, it produces SAMe, which helps your body maintain healthy connective tissue and cartilage. It also recycles homocysteine into methionine, reducing inflammation and oxidative stress. But when methylation is sluggish because of genetics or nutrient deficiencies or toxin overload or stress, so genetics isn't the only issue, the entire system backs up, and one of the first places you might feel it is in your joints. So we're going to talk about homocysteine. Homocysteine is a normal byproduct of metabolism. It's supposed to be quickly recycled back into methionine or down the transsulfuration pathway, but that only happens if the methylation is working properly and if you have enough cofactors like B12, folate, B6, and magnesium. If methylation is impaired, homocysteine builds up, and that creates this cascade of problems. It will promote oxidative stress inside the joints. It damages blood vessels and reduces oxygen delivery to connective tissues. It increases cytokine activity, worsening systemic and local inflammation. It interferes with collagen cross-linking, weakening the integrity of ligaments and cartilage. Homocysteine is neurotoxic, vasculotoxic, and chondrotoxic, which means it damages neurons, blood vessels, and cartilage. So it's a triple threat, and it's one of the most underaddressed causes of joint deterioration. Then problem number 2, we have SAMe. That's the body's primary methyl donor, and it plays a critical role in joint health, particularly in cartilage maintenance, collagen production, anti-inflammatory signaling. And in fact, SAMe has been shown in research to be as effective as NSAIDs in reducing pain and stiffness and osteoarthritis without gut or liver side effects. But if you're not methylating properly, you're likely not making enough SAMe to support your joints or your brain. Problem number 3, methylation is also essential for phase 2 liver detox. That helps eliminate all the chemicals, heavy metals, histamine, and other inflammatory compounds. So if the detox is impaired, toxins can accumulate in connective tissues, including joints, fascia, and ligaments, causing pain, sensitivity, and stiffness. So this is why some people are weather sensitive. They react to fragrances or food additives, or they feel that joint pain flare up after stress or poor sleep. Their detox backlog is making the joints a storage unit. So the people who are most at risk are those with MTHFR polymorphism, especially that C677T or A1298C. So they would be compound heterozygous with the A1298C. If you have the polymorphism, then you're going to be higher at risk. But just because you don't have it doesn't mean you're not at risk. People with low folate or B12, especially vegetarians, because B12 tends to be more in like organ meats, older adults, and those with poor digestion, people under chronic stress and inflammation, and anyone with environmental or mold exposure. Mold is like, it throws your whole body out of whack. Individuals with symptoms like joint pain plus brain fog, anxiety, and fatigue. So here's some ways to support methylation to protect your joints. So you can test your homocysteine. So you can look at a blood test. All right. So ideally between 6 to 8, I think it's nanomoles, and is one test. You can use methylated nutrients. So you can use folate, which is 5 MTHF version. Okay. Methylcobalamin, which is B12, B6, P5P, and magnesium glycinate or malate. These help move homocysteine back into methionine and support the SAMe production. Okay, number 3, you can eat sulfur-rich foods to support the transsulfuration pathway. So things like garlic, onions, cruciferous vegetables, broccoli, cabbage, kale, and eggs. They all support glutathione production, which is another key antioxidant that reduces joint inflammation. Number 4, you can reduce your toxin load. Avoid synthetic fragrances, plastics, processed foods, pesticides. Use a high-quality water filter and choose clean personal care products. So the less your methylation cycle has to detox, the more bandwidth it has for tissue repair. Then consider SAMe supplementation if you need it. For people with osteoarthritis or joint pain and mood symptoms, a high-quality SAMe supplement may help bridge the gap, but only if your detox pathways are open and mineral status is supported. Just make sure that you don't take it with certain medications because there's contraindications. Chronic stress burns through B vitamins, so poor sleep reduces glutathione, a lack of movement slows lymphatic flow, allowing toxins to build up in the joints. Gentle exercise, good sleep hygiene, and blood sugar stability are just as critical as supplements. It's not all about supplementation, it's about diet, rest, exercise. Supplementation is one of them, and then stress reduction. Everything works together. Degeneration doesn't have to keep progressing, so when we address the root cause, especially elevated homocysteine and poor methylation, we can reduce inflammation. slow or even reverse tissue damage, and rebuild the internal environment so your joints can start to heal. Because pain isn't always about the joint itself, sometimes it's about the environment that the joint is living in, and methylation is a key part of that environment. So if this video has helped you connect a few dots, give it a thumbs up and hit subscribe. And if you are ready to find out whether methylation is affecting your brain, your joints, or both, check the link in the description to book a free call, and I'll help you map out a personalized plan to get your methylation working for you, so your body can repair, detox, and move with ease again. You aren't meant to live in pain, and your body can heal when the right systems are supported. All right, and I will see you next week. Bye.